Okay, it's the Boardwalk, Pier here. We got the gift shop. It's Mermaid's World, kind of a half fish, half woman type of mermaid. Mermaid's World. A mermaid runs this. She comes in from the harbor here and swims, comes up here sometimes. We'll sell you some mermaid products. And here we've got cocktails. That's a new sign. I don't remember that. This is the slip bar. I've known many chicks who have lost their slip here, and I've seen several slip and falls here, where I've seen people filing slip and fall lawsuits. Please use other door. Okay. Churros. The Pier Bakery churros with their stainless steel surfboard. Probably rides the waves pretty good. Light on the water, It's not going to sink. Good buoyancy. And we got the satellite from Georgia satellite. No, the pedal port. No one seems to rent these boats, pedal boats. Me and Kelly Moran went to Campland when we were kids with his family. We rented one of these little bigger type. Two people sit in them. And we go out, we're out past the, little boats we rent stuff are in the ocean, really. There was a kid in his canoe we rented. I said, "Wow, I'm going to stand on the end of our pedal boat. I'm going to dive in, swim over there, and flip him in his canoe." I thought he was joking. He stood on the end, he dove in. So I'm over there, grabbed him by his hair. Hey, he swam back to our pedal boat. We started going, "What are you doing? You sunk my shirt." Then he's trying to flip everything in his phone. We didn't really think of that. We just thought it would be funny. The shirt, towel, everything was in there. Sunk, He was pissed off. And we just got out of there, It was all in good fun. We weren't trying to be that bad. We were trying to be like punks while we were there, just like screw around. Like his stepdad, Ron Club, right? Rented a karaoke with Jess. Yeah. Guess you don't need that number. It's only one you'll know, right? You might need it to feel better.
For something in the middle.
Yeah, she's a hard rocker. They have her volume turned down. That's pretty sweet.
Something takes a part of you.
The long-weight Asian woman, you wouldn't expect her to be singing, I don't know, an instant grunge rock, SCP or whatever it is. I thought that was oil. Nowadays it's a crappy band. I don't even know if they're still out. And we rented the three-wheeler bikes, So we like motorcycles and stuff. So we'll ride like a sidecar. We'll go on two wheels, We're going up on two wheels. We didn't realize that it bent the rims all out. We're hitting trash cans over through, raising terror in the Campland, it's called, in San Diego. I don't know if they still have that. And we brought it back, and they're billing his stepdad, Ron Club, for we bent the rims out. We said no two-wheel riding, and that's what we're doing. We're bringing it up on two wheels. It's pretty funny. This is like, they think it's like, TV show and a movie when you see them, right? You know what I mean? I forget where I've seen that, but they're trying to duplicate that, Pineapple Alley. I remember him from the pier down here when I was a kid, that pineapple Asian dude, right? Fisher. He was Smokey's friend, right? Dimebag Smokey. The Whiskey Tango. Wango Tango. You do the wango tango. This has a class act crowd over here, Naja's. The, what do you call it? Well, this lets you know what kind of crowd you have as you approach. 7th, 8th grade mentality. There are windows. You can't really see into the bar and see what's going on, but gang writing up here. You got stickers from Ian Luck, Dirk Ortiz. Can't really, I know they're trying to say most of them, but it's kind of like, you know, Sky High. Well, that's an original one. Dome Tats. Someone else puts a picture of themselves. Yeah, you saw me on the wall. Yes. Just claim to fame, yes. So it's kind of a little tacky, but, it's whatever. It lets you know you're not going to get a sophisticated crowd here. Chop shop. Well, that's really original. He probably runs one. He's throwing it in your face, A bottle opener here. You come outside with your beer and pop it open right there. Same here. It's what's the name of the band? I remember the other day I went playing the Land Sharks. That's it. They bought it from Naja. Naja's kind of a midi, a little older midi woman. She's pretty cool, I forget. I don't know where she's actually from. Seems kind of middies. Not fully like middies, but more like, I don't know, Lebanon or something. I don't know. She had kind of blondish hair. That's why I think blonde Lebanese. Well, look at this. This is called the. Can't really read it, but it's Mad Max looking, all dark, shadier version. Someone from Menage's there probably drives it. It's not too colorful. It doesn't suggest happiness. It suggests someone trying to look scary or someone that's a little on the dark side. Here we go, Doug's paddleboard here. You can rent paddleboards. $2, $35. But I'm saying with those pedal boats and these things, they should give them to people free for a while. They're not going to lose money. Have people take them out for free. Get a bunch of people every weekend drive them for free to make it look like fun. So people at the pier and say, "Wow, we should do that." Right? With no one doing it, no one wants to be the only one out there doing it. Sometimes if you're giving it to people free, and then you get people going, thinking about it, and then before you know it, it could turn into where they're actually making money rather than just a shitload of paddleboards that no one rents. The Finn Reaper, yeah. You have the, that's it, Striper, yeah. Striper, you remember the band. This is them. They bought this boat. They found out that these guys were really like devil worshippers. They're claiming to be like a Christian band, heavy metal Christian band. Music wasn't all that. Most of them dressed like Matthias Jabs in the day, like with black and yellow spandex, Yeah, that was that Striper. So I think this is their boat, and they sold it to some other people to cover their bail money and all that. Then it ends up being devil worshippers. I mean, we know there's no devil, but they were like fake religious people. One guy was a junkie. They weren't all that they were panned out to be. Other guys strung out on crack. Just a gimmick, but that gimmick didn't really take them too far. That's what I heard. I mean, hey, it could be rumors, but boat rides, okay, boat rides with a gun below it. Wow, what kind of boat ride are they? Right? Looks like a damn Uzi. Jeez. Oh man, boat ride. We'll supply the gun. uh, so here we got the this is for the dry dock. You bring your boat here, hook it up here, hoist it up, pull it over, lower it down on the whatever a truck that'll bring you around the corner. It's over there to the dry dock so you can paint it and so on. We painted one of our sailboats once, brought it to the dry dock. There's a picture of my dad looking up at it. He's got a sea urchin necklace on and his shirt off, sea urchin like necklace, sea urchin necklace. And I took it from up in the boat on the dry dock, looking down at him. Yeah, they were saying, "No, that's you in the picture. That's not me. That's my dad." Yeah. The paddle. See, no one's paying for any paddle boards. I mean, how they stay open. The LED night paddle. I thought of a new one to help sell it. We'll put LEDs on the boats and people sign up for it, and they'll have a night paddle. That may go over. I don't think anyone, you know. Paddleboard sunset and night tours available. Make your reservation with Paddle House today. Doug's Paddle House. Yeah, well, yeah. I don't think that ever went over. No one made the appointments. And it's got a lot of paddle boards in here. These are the latest turbo power paddle boards. You know, it's got turbo on the back, and you drop into the wave, click the button on the tail, and woo! turbo boards. The latest thing. This is a inflatable glow board. It's a little thick. I would imagine that's inflatable or something else. Doug's Paddle House. That one's in San Diego, I think. Doug's Paddle House, yeah. Skateboards, you know. So, whoops. Quartz watches, a whole bunch of quartz watches here. They don't look all that, you know, a little outdated. Along with a press back cover on the back, you know. It's not a screw case or just press it on the back. It's about 1 foot of water resistance. So, the Nixon watches. These look like very generic Nixon watches. You know, Nixon, I think, is the first company that came out with the touch screen. They had a smartwatch that they made. It looks rather nice. It's a regular sized case, like a regular watch would be. You know, it looks like a regular watch rather than the watch I had in the 7th grade. It was an LED watch with, you know, dark tinted face on it. Dial, I guess. I don't know if you call it a digital watch with that dial, but they look like the watch I had long ago, you know. You know, these smart watches they have, they kind of look old school. But the Nixon one looks like a real watch, you know. Has a case of a real watch and all that. A decent sized dial, the front of it is good size. Probably, I would say, a good at least 48 millimeters, 49 millimeters, maybe even 50. So you need that. And then it has all the smartwatch, but the crystal on it might just be regular mineral crystal. I don't know, not sure. But the crystal on it is waterproof. So like most phones, tablets, you get a little wet, a little rain on it, you can't do anything. You can't move anything, you can't navigate. Same with any smartwatch, you can't. Theirs is waterproof, and even waterproof underwater. You go underwater with it and do what you need to do. So that's good. So if you're diving or whatever you're doing, you can access it. So it's just like, yeah. I think that's the only one that's like that, no? One guy at the Best Buy was claiming that I don't think they were really, no. He probably means it's not, I don't think you can use it underwater, I don't think. But the Nixon one, I mean, like 11 years ago you could, you know? So these are the boats I'm going to stop this.